All right, I've created the best way to do research on eBay. We're going to be doing a brand autopsy today, and we have as our search filters, we went to sold, select largest, smallest. This gives us our volume first, and we go through the biggest volume brands, and we're going to be doing Levi's today. Levi's is one of the biggest brands on the market. That's 543,000 listed and 145,000 sold. So we're going to do our best to go through and try and get some data about what's going on with Levi's. Yep, you just type in Levi's into the search bar, you get it isolated down here, and we can go ahead and start going through the different categories. We're going to be looking for any green, yellow, or red across the brand that is selling consistently above a high sell-through rate, above a 50% sell-through rate. It's called 50%. Red is actually goes down to 40. But pre-owned T-shirts, there is 1,000 solds between $0 and $35. That is pretty decent volume, but above $35, there's almost no volume at all. If I had to guess, I'd say most of these solds down here are going to be between $5 and $15. Not very good on T-shirts. Pre-owned button-ups, there is decent volume between 0 and 35. There is a handful of stuff above $100. That's a 5% sell-through rate, 53 sold, 956 listed. If I had to guess, I'd say a good amount of those are going to be lots or bundles that are auctioned together or just sold together with like maybe 5 or 6 shirts put together. That is probably the same between $60 and $100, but you could go in here and find out if there are any grails in there. Polos, almost no volume. It's 142 sold with 1,429 listed with a 9% sell-through rate. Nothing fancy here. Dress shirts, almost no volume at all. That's 12 solds and 339 listed. Coats and jackets. We actually have a 56% sell-through rate on coats and jackets. That's pretty good volume, above $35 to $60. The sell-through tanks off a little bit. So between $0 and $35, we got 4,338 sold with 7,627 listed. That actually is pretty good volume. You're mostly going to be looking at stuff like the denim jackets and stuff like that. I think Sherpa line is pretty common, pretty popular during winter times. At the time of this video, we're coming right into summer, so not the best time you're picking up those jackets. That is 1,157 solds above $100, but that is only a 13% sell-through rate. You can go through here and find out which brands or which styles are selling best. You're going to want to make sure you're doing stuff like patterns, materials, probably age and vintage, stuff down to a lot of stuff made in the USA from the 90s prior is some of the most popular stuff, so you want to be going look for that. Pre-owned suits. Levi's does make suits. They're not very popular, but they do get sold sometimes. That is 22 solds above $100. You can go in there and try and find out what is selling well. Levi's jeans. Levi's is going to be jeans is going to be the most popular category just in general by volume. That's 89,000 sold between $0 and $35. $100 plus is 2,903 with 19,308 listed. Sell-through rate only 15%. That is enough volume to go in there and really start finding out what is actually worth that money. We may end up doing that later, but we're going to go ahead and move forward for now. Pre-owned sweaters, there's almost no volume here. That's 139 or 193 solds with 2,306 listed. Not really worth looking through. Pre-owned pants, we're still waiting on anything that's got a decent sell-through rate. That's 5,704 solds with 26,000 listed. That is a lot of competition to get your items sold. They do sell, but you're looking at a much more difficult sale above $35 because the volume drops off pretty sharply. Shorts, we're looking for some decent volume above $35, and we're just not finding it. 0 to $35, we got 5,000 sold with 27,000 listed. That's a 21% sell-through rate. It is difficult to get your stuff sold. The way you get stuff sold when the sell-through rate is this low is you have to have a perfect listing. You may have an item that is worth $35 to $60, but there's at least 5 or 6 others of that same item that are listed, and you need to get yours sold. That's the hard part. You got to make sure you're filling out all of your item specifics in every category. Levi's makes swimwear, not a lot of it. There's only 5 sold and 19 listed. Activewear is pretty broad. The hoodies and sweatshirts, still not great volume. That's 574 solds, and most of that is happening in the $0 to $35 range. Activewear tops, nothing fancy. That's 4 solds and 101 listed. Activewear pants, we actually finally got one. That's only 2 solds and 4 listed though. So with 57 solds and 155 listed throughout the category, activewear pants is not going to be the best one for this. Activewear jackets, nothing good. Activewear shorts, tracksuits. We have decent sell-through in here, but that is mostly because of the volume being so low. It's 7 solds and 17 listed, so probably not going to be looking out for the tracksuits. Sleeper robes, looks like they make some. They actually do not get sold at all. That's 0 solds and 4 listed. All right, Levi's makes clothing, women's clothing too. So we're going to go through. We're going to be doing the women's section a little bit faster. We're going through and just trying to find out if anything is selling above 40%. Button-ups, tank tops, polos, dresses, coats and jackets, jeans, pants, skirts, shorts, sweaters. Not finding anything. Nope, activewear shorts. It's so uncommon, honestly. That's 1 sold with 23 listed. Don't go for the activewear shorts from Levi's. Tracksuits and sets, sports bras, skirts, skirts, sleep. That's it. All right, we'll go back to the women's jeans real quick because there was good volume there. We'll take a quick look at it. All right, for women's jeans, we got 31,000 solds and 189,000 listed. That is a 16% sell-through rate. You're looking at there's some volume between $35 and $60 with 2,759 solds and 23,000 listed. That's still an 11% sell-through rate. However, there are some items that sell above $100. You're going to want to go in there and find out what actually is selling for that. It is really important to remember that even though this brand is absolutely overstocked on eBay, there are still items that do sell above $100, and some of those items may sell at above 100% sell-through. All right, don't count out the grails. If you find volume in the 100+ category, you're going to want to make sure you actually know what those items are. All right, thank you.